Hey, history buffs! Ever heard of Slovakia? No? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the epic tale of this small but mighty Central European nation. Way back in the day, like way back, Slovakia was a stomping ground for various tribes. We're talking Celts, Germanic folks, you name it, it was basically a prehistoric party. Then, around the 5th century AD, the Slavs rolled in. These guys were like the life of the party, bringing their language, culture, and killer pierogi recipe. And just like that, the foundation for modern Slovakia was laid. Fast forward to the 9th century, and things started getting interesting. The Slavs, tired of playing tribal musical chairs, decided to team up. Enter Great Moravia, the first major Slavic empire in the region. Under the rule of dudes like Majmir I and his successor Rastislav, Great Moravia was like the cool kid on the block. But they needed a way to keep their faith lit, and translating the Bible into Slavic seemed like a good idea. Cue Cyril and Methodius, two Byzantine brothers who created the Glagolitic alphabet, the precursor to the Cyrillic script still used in Slavic countries today. Talk about a lasting legacy. Sadly, Great Moravia eventually fell to invaders, proving that even cool kids can't escape history's curveballs. With Great Moravia out of the picture, the Kingdom of Hungary swooped in like a dance partner who just won't take no for an answer. For the next 1,000 years, Slovakia became part of the Hungarian kingdom. Talk about a long-term relationship. Now don't picture some hostile takeover. The Slovaks weren't just sitting around twiddling their thumbs. They were busy contributing to the kingdom's culture, economy, and even defense. Think of it as a complex relationship with its ups and downs. Of course, no relationship is perfect, especially one that lasts a millennium. Let's just say there were some disagreements about language, autonomy, and who got to control the good salt mines. But hey, who hasn't been there? Fast forward to the 19th century, where the Austro-Hungarian Empire took center stage. Slovakia, still under Hungarian control, found itself caught in the middle of this multicultural extravaganza. Imagine a giant party where everyone speaks a different language, eats different food, and has their own unique dance moves. That was the Austro-Hungarian Empire in a nutshell. While the empire encouraged some industrial development, Slovakia still felt like the talented kid stuck in the chorus line. They yearned for more recognition, more autonomy, and maybe a solo act. Little did they know World War I was about to shake things up big time. Section 5 Czechoslovakia, double trouble or twice as nice. After World War I, the Austro-Hungarian Empire went the way of the dinosaurs. From its ashes rose Czechoslovakia, a new nation uniting Czechs and Slovaks under one roof. Think of it like a roommate situation. Both parties were excited about the prospect of independence, but living together came with its own set of challenges. Czechs, with their industrial heartland, held more economic power, while Slovaks, with their agricultural background, felt like they were playing catch-up. Despite the challenges, Czechoslovakia managed to establish a democratic government and make its mark on the world stage. But just as things were looking up, World War II came knocking, throwing everything into chaos once again. Section 6, World War II and a Nation briefly, Reborn. World War II was a dark time for everyone, and Czechoslovakia was no exception. The country found itself caught in the crossfire of one of the most devastating conflicts in human history. The country was occupied by Nazi Germany, and Slovakia, under pressure, declared its independence in 1939. This declaration, however, came with strings attached. But hold on, don't break out the confetti just yet. This so-called independence was far from genuine. This wasn't exactly the kind of independence Slovaks had dreamed of. Instead, it was a facade, a mere puppet state under the iron grip of Nazi control. The newly formed Slovak Republic was a puppet state controlled by the Nazis, and its leader, Josef Tiso, was a controversial figure whose legacy continues to be debated today. Tiso's collaboration with the Nazis left a dark stain on Slovakia's history. The war ended in 1945 and Czechoslovakia was reunited, albeit with a heavy heart and a lot of rebuilding to do. The scars of war were visible everywhere, and the nation faced the daunting task of reconstruction. Little did they know, their journey was far from over. The end of the war was just the beginning of another challenging chapter. The Iron Curtain was about to descend, ushering in a new era of communist rule. The hopes for a peaceful and independent future were once again put on hold. Section 7, Communism. Slovakia gets a forced makeover. It wasn't pretty. After World War II, Czechoslovakia fell under the influence of the Soviet Union, and in 1948, the Communist Party took control. The country was thrust into a new era of political and social upheaval. Just like that, the country traded one form of authoritarian rule for another. The promises of equality and prosperity quickly gave way to repression and control. Under communist rule, Slovakia underwent a dramatic transformation. Private property was nationalized, industry was centralized, and dissent was silenced. The government exerted tight control over every aspect of life. The country was flooded with drab apartment blocks, devoid of character and charm, and the economy struggled to keep up with the demands of a centrally planned system. Shortages and inefficiencies became the norm. Despite the hardships, Slovaks never gave up hope. They found ways to maintain their traditions and celebrate their heritage. They clung to their culture, their language, and their sense of identity, and their dreams of a freer future. The spirit of resistance and the desire for independence never waned. And in 1968, during a brief period known as the Prague Spring, it seemed like change might be possible. The hope for a better future flickered brightly, if only for a moment. Section 8. Velvet Revolution. Bye-bye, communism. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. In 1989, the winds of change swept across Eastern Europe, and Czechoslovakia was caught in the whirlwind. The Velvet Revolution, a peaceful protest movement led by students, intellectuals, and ordinary citizens, brought an end to 4 decades of communist rule. Imagine a nation collectively deciding they'd had enough. No more censorship, no more secret police, no more pretending to love the system that oppressed them. That was the Velvet Revolution in a nutshell. On November 17, 1989, the Communist Party announced it would relinquish its monopoly on power, marking the beginning of a new era for Czechoslovakia, and paving the way for the country's eventual split. Section 9. Slovakia today. EU member, global player, still pretty chill. After the Velvet Revolution, Czechoslovakia went through a period of rapid change, culminating in the peaceful dissolution of the country in 1993. This pivotal moment marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter for Slovakia. Slovakia, once again, found itself on its own, navigating the complexities of newfound independence. But this time, things were different. The country was determined to forge a new path. Slovakia embraced democracy, implemented economic reforms, and joined the European Union in 2004. This was a significant milestone that opened up new opportunities for growth and collaboration. The country transformed itself into a modern, vibrant democracy, a far cry from its communist past. The streets of Bratislava now buzz with energy and innovation. Today, Slovakia is a small but mighty player on the global stage, actively participating in international affairs and business. It's known for its stunning natural beauty, its rich history and culture, and its friendly people. The high Tatras Mountains and vibrant cultural festivals are just a glimpse of what Slovakia has to offer. And while the country has faced its share of challenges since independence, it has always emerged stronger and more resilient than ever. The Slovak economy continues to grow, showcasing the nation's determination. So there you have it, the epic tale of Slovakia, from its humble beginnings as a tribal stomping ground to its modern-day success as a thriving democracy. The journey has been long and eventful. It's a story of resilience, determination, and the enduring human spirit. The achievements of its people continue to inspire. And who knows what exciting chapters lie ahead. The future looks bright for Slovakia, a nation with a promising horizon.